lighting, fans, climate control, dehumidifiers, even carbon dioxide generators. Growing marijuana indoors uses a lot of energy.
There's nothing economical about growing cannabis indoors. If that's any part of your question, no. They don't grow anything else indoors.
For years, electricity consumption has been a way for law enforcement to catch illegal marijuana growers. Take a look at these photos, provided to CNN by the Snohomish County Police Department. Just in this county alone, there have been multiple cases of electricity theft. Growers stealing tens of thousands of dollars in electricity, trying to hide their use. But now that Washington state has voted for legal recreational marijuana and the state will be licensing cannabis growers, the focus has shifted from catching the crooks to reducing the footprint. A study published in Energy Policy last year estimates that indoor cannabis production accounts for 1% of total electricity use in the United States. That's the equivalent of about 2 million homes. Another way of looking at it, the carbon emissions from growing enough weed to fill a joint is like driving the average car about 25 miles.
It does take a lot of power.
More than 200 miles east of liberal, pot-friendly Seattle, one man is trying to change that.
It's probably the single largest way that the state could reduce its carbon footprint by one single change to the cannabis production, just moving it from indoors to outdoors. This is the sustainable way to grow cannabis. Back in the 80s, it was all grown outdoors. There was no indoor grow industry like there is today. And then we had the war on drugs, and that forced people to start growing indoors. If they didn't need to avoid detection, we wouldn't be talking about indoor. There wouldn't be an indoor industry. It's kind of soulless.
And his argument is not just about the environment. It's about the economics of pot.
The high cost of production indoors drives the wholesale price up quite a bit, and that limits the ability of the government to tax at the rate that they want to tax. We can produce just as a high quality crop for much, much cheaper.
Not everyone agrees.
We're too far north, and so we really can't grow good stuff outdoors, even in the eastern portions. Not the same quality.
I think that if the market were to determine this, it would move from indoor industrialized operations to agricultural communities using the sun.
But the market isn't deciding. It's actually up to the State Liquor Control Board, which is setting standards and will eventually issue licenses.
We were over in eastern Washington. I saw some of the greenhouses. I think they do have the potential of having security standards in place that make it a viable way of growing marijuana. So I don't think indoor is the only solution.
Dan Williams runs a marijuana security business, and he agrees.
We can absolutely secure an outdoor area just as we would an indoor facility.
Just grow the crop, put a fence around it, and get a dog.
Annie Ringwood is an Okanagan local.
This is absolutely the most perfect marijuana growing area in this state. This county, if it would embrace this, we wouldn't be running school levies. We wouldn't have people on welfare. It'll save this county.
If a lot of the state's crop was grown here, we could be looking at a real boom. You know, maybe $500 million a year gross.
We would see bed, breakfast, and bongs, if you will, for people to enjoy themselves.
Wine grapes. People love that culture. They go out there, they visit the winery, they go on tours. I think that cannabis farmers are going to start treating it the same way.
If we put Okanagan County on the map, we've got the sun that Seattle doesn't have.
The people that have gotten into this business live on the west side of the state, and conditions for growing cannabis are not good over there. Never before have I seen such an opportunity to reduce our energy and carbon footprint in my lifetime. 1% of the nation's power is currently used for cannabis production. That's just unacceptable.
Jordan Malter, CNN Money, Okanagan, Washington.
Look at them.